Okay. Wait a minute.
Now, broadcasting on Radio Star Worldwide, it's the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. When you want to step up and dare to be different, when you'll dare to be great and live to your fullest potential, when you are ready to dare to be a maverick and live the life of your dreams, then it's time to listen to Paul Finck.
Hello, how are you? This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and we're here on the Maverick Difference Radio Show, which we're on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, as well as on demand on iTunes, on podcast, on the Star Worldwide Network, which is our producers and helping to put all the pieces together to make this work smoothly every single week. And I am your host, Paul Finck. We're going to be talking about, and what this whole radio show is about is to engage and talk about what makes the difference. What makes the difference? And I identified with Maverick is because Mavericks do it different. Be a maverick. Talk about, and we're going to talk about what it takes to really create a magnitude of results in your life, what it takes to make a difference and shift your life to be everything that you want it to be, both professionally as well as personally. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, finally got it right over the last 10, and have been creating an abundance in my life in multiple different ways. I've got a passionate relationship with my wife over 30 years now. Have 6 children. Yes, 6 children, 3 sets of twins. And have multiple different businesses. And I took this platform on the radio show simply to share my message. There is a component on here where I'll tell you about some things that are going on in my other businesses, tell you about some things that are going on with my life. However, the focal point of this radio show is to share the concepts and share the components of what it took for me to shift, what it took for me to create something new in my life. And my hope and prayer and the key components of what is that you take this information, that you take what I'm talking about here and apply it into your life. And that's the whole key, is absolutely application of these key components, these key concepts into your life to create that abundance for yourself. I've created this abundance and because of specific skill sets, both internal mindset, really getting control over how I was approaching things, how I was thinking, how I was feeling, as well as techniques and strategies for building wealth, techniques and strategies for building a business. How do you do that? And how do you do it in a magnitude that you never thought possible until today? We want to be talking about, and today I chose a topic about, worry. Why worry? Why worry about what's really going on for you in your life? Why worry about what your future is, what your past has been? Why worry? Is it a good thing to worry? Is it something that you want to hold on to, or is it something to let go? You know, I talk about in my trainings efficient and effective. Things aren't good or bad. It's not a matter of, this is right and this is wrong. It's a matter of what is efficient and effective and what's not. What is working for you and what isn't. Those things that are working for you, you pull into your life and you do more of it. those things that are not working for you, well, let them go. Move on. Shift, change. Holding on to those things that are not working for you, that are not being efficient or effective for you, just doesn't make any sense when you want a great life. You want a mediocre life? You want a life of the 95 percenters out there? Go ahead and hold on to those traits, those skill sets, those attributes that aren't working for you, aren't being efficient, aren't creating you in the light that you'd like to be created, aren't moving you towards your dream life. Go ahead and hold on to those when that's what you want. However you want a magnitude, pay attention. And I talked about before, I'm talking about skill sets and attributes of what worked for me, what has moved me to my abundance and moved me to just a joyous life of being able to do what I want, when I want, be able to create more in my life. And I talk about that is that everything I train on, everything I coach on isn't just book knowledge, although I've got a library of over 900 books and counting. I am in continuous mode of training myself, of training and sharpening my skill sets, continuous mode of reading and engaging with others that are doing the same. And everything I train on is from that point of view. It's from my experiences. It's not just a book smart. It is the application of these concepts and saying, these work, this one works, this one works, this one works, because I've applied them. And I talk about my experience in applying them into my life and what the results have been so that you can say, that's the results I want. And when those are the results that I want, that's the skill set I should be applying. That's the technique and strategy I should be doing. And so it's those concepts. It's from that point of view that I share this message, that this is real. This is exactly where it shows up. This is what works. So why worry? What is this concept of worry? You know, I hear as I train all around the country and I engage with people, all walks of life. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, who you are. People have this tendency to focus in on, they focus in on two different things. They either focus in on the past. They focus in on the past. Now, the past is, what you've done in the past, what's already happened. Is the past changeable? No. Is the past something we can learn from it? We can analyze it and say, okay, here's where I misstepped. Here's what I did that may not have been efficient. Let me adjust. However, can you do something other than that? You can't change the past. You can't change what happened. So now it's a matter of just moving forward. Those people that get focused in on the past, get focused in on what happened, they tend to be depressives, at least pessimists to the nth degree. But when you analyze the past, when you think about it, when you dwell on it, when you spend a lot of your time on it, you're usually a depressed person. You're acting in depressed ways. You look at it and you talk about woulda, coulda, shoulda, when nothing could be changed at this point. It's already happened. So that's worry about the past. It shows up as depression. The second type of person that I observe is people that, they get focused in on the future. And not a future of greatness and abundance, a future of success. They get featured or focused on a future of devastation, of oh my gosh, how could I? Oh, it's going to be so bad. Oh my Lord. and the worry warts, the people who believe that if it can happen, it will happen, it'll all go wrong. Those are the people that have high states of worry on a regular basis, and we call that anxiety. Anxiety is one of those major states of worry where you're worried about what is going to happen. Now, I don't believe either is effective. Considering the past, really taking some hard look at the past as to what exactly you've done and look to shift it, that's effective. Only then move on. Shift it instantly. Shift yourself into action mode into moving forward rather than your focus on the past as fast as possible. That's very important. Now, what about worrying about the future? Worrying about the future, what a pointless point. What a worthless exercise. You see, worry started when we were, well, very young humans. Back in the caveman age, worry made sense. We were fighting for life and death. We were fighting for our simple survival. Those people that worried were more cautious, more focused on survival. And so they didn't get eaten by large animals. They were able to conserve their food because they were concerned they may not eat tomorrow. They only went out when it was entirely safe to go outside of their shelter, outside of their cave. They didn't go outside just without any thought, without any process. And so they survived. And what happened is that the gene of worry, there is such a thing, the gene of worry got implanted in us and stayed with us as humans. It was part of our survival. It's why we survived the test of time now, and we're still here and still standing as a race. So now we've gone through the test of time, holding on to this worry, and it served us. However, then life shifted. We weren't in survival mode anymore. Our core needs have been taken care of: food, shelter. Now, for most of us, it is about, well, serving us in other ways. And worry tends to keep us from growing, keep us from expanding, keep us from taking risks, keep us from experiencing new, exploring new, and inventing new. These are the keys. Absolutely letting go of worry. Absolutely letting go of worry so that we can absolutely explore, expand, and create more. You want to be a powerful entrepreneur. You want to be someone who absolutely is able to take the world by storm. Worry is absolutely a key component of what does not work for you. It's a key component that'll hold you from ever having that in your life. A key component from creating. So what do we must do? You know, worry is that emotional baggage, those insecurities that we hold on to, that protects us from getting hurt emotionally, that protects us from getting hurt mentally. However, it doesn't serve us when we want to have more, create more, be more. It doesn't serve us to reach our fullest potential. It keeps us in our status quo. So when we're talking about these differences, when we're talking about the differences, do we worry? Is it serving us, or do we not worry? absolutely, when you want to become a maverick, when you want to become an entrepreneur, when you want to create something great, not worrying is one of the key attributes, or more precisely, just grabbing the world by storm and not concerning yourself with what ifs. Because the what ifs can kill you. Versus years ago, when you didn't consider the what ifs, it would kill you. What I'd love to know is your opinion and your thoughts. Anyone that is able to come on board and absolutely comment on all this. Would love to hear your thoughts. We're going to be talking more about this as we go forward. I've got several different platforms, and I talked about what I do, and I put it out there for everyone to enjoy. The one that I am the honor to host, and it's one of my babies in my whole litany of positions I hold, hats I wear, and things I do, is having a program. It's a 3-day boot camp. It's called Maverick Selling Business Builder Boot Camp. And I want you to get, it is me. It's everything that I'm talking about here and then some, in exploring deep what it takes to be successful, what techniques, strategies, what it takes to create more. You want to join me and spend a little more time, go to MaverickSellingToday.com. That's www.MaverickSellingToday.com. You'll get all the information you need on making a decision to come forward and spend 3 full days with me. It absolutely is my gift for all of you. Go check it out, www.MaverickSellingToday.com. Right after this break, we're going to be talking more about the details on what it takes to explore, to expand this concept of not worrying versus worrying. What is the difference? What serves you best? And how to really, for those of you that are the super anxious, how to get rid of all your worries. We're going to be talking about that right after this. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, Maverick Difference Radio Show, right after this.
This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. We'll be back right after this. The Magnificent Leader with your host, Patty Azar, can be heard every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on StarWorldWideNetworks.com. Join Patty Azar as she gathers insight and wisdom from magnificent leaders across the world. The Magnificent Leader has a zest for life and an appetite to live it to the fullest. They love their people, remove the obstacles to their success, and celebrate their wins with everyone. If you want to learn the secrets to creating joy, happiness, and success in your life and career, become a magnificent leader. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. or anytime 24/7 on StarWorldWideNetworks.com.
Hi, it's Blade, and I host a show right here on the Star Worldwide Networks. As an at least 30-year radio veteran, I have a tale or two to tell, and I've talked to them all.
Radio personality.
Now that's just nasty.
I can't hear you, though, because the music is so loud.
You'll enjoy the show. It's weekly on Fridays live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can catch all the shows on Star Worldwide at any time on demand.
All day, every day.
And hey, if you'd like to do your own show, give us a call or email, and we'll give you your own show. You'll be free to do whatever you want.
Why are people against the LGBT community?
We'll provide the internet bandwidth, the website for your show, and the studio.
It was very intense, very surreal.
This is the future.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to
Guys getting hits and jogging down
And with an eye to the future.
And you can do the show from anywhere in the world at any time.
Don Cromwell Live. Here it is, a beautiful Tuesday evening here in L.A.
Join on. It's the new frontier.
It's a new frontier.
It's awesome. The Star Worldwide Networks.
You're listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference Radio Show. Now, here's Paul.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Paul Finck, your host on the Maverick Difference Radio Show. I am the Maverick Millionaire, and here we talk about how to create success by doing it different and being a maverick in everything that you do. One of the things that would be really different in our society is to not worry about what's going to happen, not worry about what's going to be coming up around the corner, not worry about those deep, dark demons that are out there every single day. Most people in our society, that means the overwhelming majority, somewhere around 78%, worry overly, 38% do it to an extreme level. Oh my gosh, is that a ton of baggage? Is that a ton of just stuff to be hanging out with, to be carrying around with every single day of your life? That's what worry is. It's baggage that you're just carrying around with you. And here's the worst part about worry is that it's baggage you created. It's baggage you created in your life. You put it together. You designed it. You see, worrying is, and that anxiety of the future, that anxiety over what's going to happen. So I have a question for you. Has it happened yet? Well, no, it's happening in the future. So if it hasn't happened yet, you're actually predicting the future and then worrying about the future that you predicted, meaning that you're actually engaged in the outcome before it happened, and you're the one that designed the outcome. So if you're the one that designed the outcome, so I'm worried I'm going to take a flight and the plane's going to crash. And I start getting all worried and upset that the plane is going to crash. Well, has the plane crashed yet? No. However, I'm worried already. I'm creating this anxiety, this emotional baggage that I'm putting on my back and having to carry with me every second of every day up until that plane flight. And I'm scared that it's going to crash. I'm concerned. I'm making precautions. I'm making sure my will's all set because what if? And I'm doing all these things based on my worry, and it's eating at me. It's causing me to have bad health, bad heart rate, and all the stuff physically. It's also keeping me on focus with worry, which is keeping me off focus with everything else in my life. So all those things I could be using my energy for and my brain for, my thought patterns for, are now being utilized to consider a future that hasn't happened yet and then planning for it or taking action based on it. That's a lot of wasted time and energy. It's a lot of wasted challenges. And here's what really gets disturbing once you really get this, is that you could change it, is that you have the power to make a difference. You have the power to absolutely design a future in any which way you want. Which means instead of predicting a bad future, you could predict a good future. It would take worry out of the equation, and now you might be called an optimist. God forbid. You might be called someone who always has rose-colored glasses on. Well, I got to tell you, I would much rather live a life of high happiness than extreme low happiness. I'd rather have a life of high joy than a life of extreme low joy. And yes, I'm talking about the extremes. I'm talking about where most people end up living is that this worry is irrational. This worry isn't based on facts. It's not based on, oh my gosh, statistically, I have a good chance of dying in this plane today. No, statistically, you've got a better chance of dying falling out of bed tonight than you will the plane you're taking tomorrow. So worry is this irrational thing that grabs hold of us, grabs hold of our emotions, and grabs hold of our thoughts, our focus, our energy. And instead, shifting that, using that energy for something positive, using that energy for good. Now, I'm not saying don't pay attention to real threats. There are real threats out there. Someone starts running towards you with a knife. Pay attention. Worry about what's going to happen and get ultra focused. Most of us don't have that challenge in our life. Most of us aren't experiencing that on a day-to-day basis. And yet we still worry. Our core survival isn't threatened, and yet we still worry. Why? I want to talk about a couple things that, well, can help shift that story, can shift that equation for you. Because I heard someone, and for anybody out there who knows who said this, please reach back out. However, there's an expression from old time ago that I heard that just stuck with me. And that is, worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. Gives you something to do, only it doesn't really get you anywhere. It's not effective. It's not efficient. That's what I want you to begin to live your life around. What's efficient? What's effective? What's going to bring me to the ultimate of where I want to go versus bringing me further away from where I want to go, where my dream life. Worry is one of those things that will crush your dreams, will destroy your future, will keep you from ever moving forward. So why worry? Be happy. Create abundance through attraction factor, attracting the greatness in you rather than having it just happenstance, which won't happen consistently at all. So worry. Unfortunately, all too people use worry and this anxiety as an excuse to get into drugs, to get into mind-altering circumstances, situations where they'd rather have the drugs, alcohol, something else than ever face their worries rather than simply shifting their thought patterns. They'll use an external force to shift their thought patterns for them. That's where alcohol comes in. That's where drugs come in, so that they can turn off that worry physically through a physical component from an external world. What I can tell you is that it is so much more effective and more long-lasting to have an internal conclusion to worry, an internal solution to that challenge of worry. What are some of the internal solutions? One is that you could get to the heart of the matter. What is causing you to worry? And begin to really analyzing the expression and write this down. What you do here, you do everywhere. Where else does this show up in your life? That's so key when we're talking about worry, is because what happens is you're not worrying about one in particular thing. You'll end up worrying about either that thing over and over again as it shows up in multiple places in your life, or you'll be worrying about similar things over and over again. For instance, where is this showing up? Get to the heart of the matter. So you're worried about, this trip that you're taking in a couple weeks. Only the reality is it's not the trip. It's not even that plane flight that's worried you. It's about the money that you're spending or the money that you may not have to take the trip. And so as you analyze this and you get to the heart of the matter, what could be happening over and over and over again for you is that, well, you are actually getting that worry component showing up around money every single day. you're getting worried about money in multiple different places all the time. And it just happens to be showing up around this trip because of the trip costing you money. So then it's a matter of really getting focused in. Is it that you don't have enough money? In which case, really getting to the solution factor, which is, okay, let's create more. Is it worry that, oh my gosh, you will absolutely, and this I hear all the time, I'm going to lose everything. Whatever the case is, whether it's a business opportunity or you're spending too much, you're going on this trip, and all of a sudden you're going to be devastated because you spent an extra few $100s or $1,000 or so on a trip or the business opportunity. And you worry, well, now what? What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my time? What am I going to do with my energy? I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to be destitute. I'm not going to be able to have shelter. I'm not going to be able to feed myself. I'm not. And this chatter goes on and on and on and on. Here's the reality. Take a look at the worst case scenario. It's one way to what I call spin control. Take a look at the worst case scenario of what's coming up. What's the worst case scenario? Like, really focus in on your worry component and then ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely is it that that's going to be real? For many of you, you'll come to the conclusion with proper analysis that the chance of all those things happening, which would cause you to be destitute, cause you not to have a home, cause you not to have a good livelihood enough to actually feed yourself, is zero. And so creating this spin control where you look at the worst case scenario and begin to analyze the likelihood of it happening. How about this? Absolutely consider, well, what's the best that could happen? What if everything goes right? What's the likelihood of that happening? And I don't mean everything going right. I mean each individual thing happening the way it's supposed to happen. What's the likelihood of each one of those things happening? And as a whole, from now until the trip ends, from the trip ending, you're worried about money, ongoing for the next 12 months, what is the likelihood that it's going to have a major impact on your life in a negative fashion? And what could it do in the positive? What's the positive component of what will happen for you? And begin to focus in on the real threat versus the imagined threat. The whole idea of losing everything is absolutely one of those things that people say, however, never really happens. You always have your clothes that you're wearing. You always have a certain amount, especially in this country and United States of America. The likelihood of losing everything is slim to none. You want, you'll be able to get. So, worry. You can worry about everything, or and be insecure, be unhappy, be a pessimist, and have a real low tolerance for this thing called stress. Or you can decide. You can decide that you can be different, that you can do it different, that you dare to do it different, that you want to be your fullest potential, that you want to create so much more in your life. And so you decide worry is not okay. Or I'm going to hold worry in such a check that even when I do worry, it's not going to hold me back from taking action. Which, for those of you that want the ultimate, the ultimate in how to create more in your life, how to conquer this thing called worry. One is to reframe. We talked about that. Reframing how you're approaching things. Really consider what's the best case scenario and what's the worst case scenario, and consider the likelihood of both. Most people, not only worry, they also tend to worry about worry. They worry they're going to worry more. They worry that all this worry is hurting them. They worry that this anxiety is piling up on them, and they worry more. They worry about having more worry. Again, the reframe will help. Affirmations, all the things that you've also heard, will build you up as far to be a positive person, to be looking at life in a positive way, will help dissipate the worry component. So you want to be a positive person, you want to approach with optimistic eyes, then go through the components of doing that, one of which is affirmations or declarations, if you will. I declare I am powerful. I am a great husband. I am a great father. I am a great business person. I am a great speaker and absolutely an awesome, amazing radio show host. Saying these positive attributes, saying those things that'll feed into your subconscious and create that positive energy around you, because you're saying it over and over and over and over and over again into your life. You're feeding yourself, you're programming yourself with all this information. That's powerful. In addition, what else could you do? One of the major ways, and I've got a psychology degree. I also am certified in hypnotherapy. I'm also certified in neurolinguistic programming as a practitioner. And I got to tell you that the key to battling depression, the key to battling this anxiety, and one of the major things I learned from my psychology background, is that you want to get out of depression. Depression is all about internal processes. It's all about getting internal and really analyzing what has been, what will be, and having this mental game about you. The number one way to combat all that is to get outside of yourself. Rather than going internal, you're going external to an extreme degree. And so what does that mean? That means you're depressed, you have anxiety, you are frustrated, you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed. The number one thing for you to get out of your own way and back into the game is go and do something. Do it different. Do something. Most people that are worried are stuck and stopped. Most people that are worried are sitting on their couch watching TV. Most people that are worried are just sitting eating all day long without getting out there and exercising. Most people that are worried are experiencing these lifestyles that are causing them to stay within that arena of being a worrywart, that arena of struggle, that arena of challenge. So what do? Get out there and do something. What does that mean? It means get out there and do something, and preferably for somebody else. Again, getting out of your own way, out of your mind, your body. Go and do for somebody else. You can go and volunteer. You can go work at your local church. You can go and do something for a friend, a neighbor. The more you can engage in other people, the more that you can engage other people in what you're doing and do for them, the better for this exercise. It also, as you go and do, as you go and do, you're going to experience things that are just tremendous benefits for yourself. The benefits are that it's going to start spiraling upward versus what has been doing is spiraling downward. Yeah, it happens. You start thinking internally. You think internally in your head, oh my gosh, things are going to go wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a challenge. Oh my gosh, life is going to hit me in a certain way. And you just think about it. And then you start thinking about, well, when it happens, when life hits me in this negative way, when I lose this part of my life, when I lose this asset in my life, whatever the case may be, then this is going to happen. Then this is going to happen. Then this is going to, and you keep spiraling it to another level, only you're going down. You're spiraling this down and down and down. And that's where they end up in front of me and they go, I'm going to lose everything. So what do we want to do? We want to spiral it upwards. We want to take this and reverse it so that we don't worry. We get into action. We get into action and we get feedback on how great our action was. So we do more action. We do more action. We get feedback as to how great our action was, and we do more action. And we do that over and over and over again. So we're growing at a rapid pace to a whole new level. That doesn't include worry. That doesn't include absolutely anxiety and stress over the future. What it includes is optimism. What it includes is a positive attitude. What it includes is just joy and happiness throughout your life. So, worry less. Do more. Or, as I've just laid out, absolutely do more and you will worry less. One of the things that happens when you're doing is you get out of your body, you get out of your mind. You're not sitting there thinking chit chat anymore. And so when you're out actively doing, your brain stops this chatter about what if, and you create so much more. So the action gets you moving, gets you going, creates a positive feedback loop that'll absolutely help you keep on keeping on. This positive feedback loop will help you engage yourself at a higher level, encourage you that you are good, you are great, you're optimistic, you're powerful, you absolutely are moving in the right direction. All this from this feedback loop that's coming in as you do more. And when you question how much more do you need to do, you haven't come close to doing enough. Keep doing more. The more you do for yourself, the more you do for others, the more it's going to come back to you in spades to create a magnitude of business and of life that you absolutely are able to enjoy. So go and do something. Go and take action. I usually recommend volunteering. You can also just get busy with your business, get busy with your life, call friends, call family, do something, anything at all. Go clean that garage that hasn't been cleaned in 2,000 years. Go open up those boxes and organize them that you've had sitting on the wayside looking to organize every day for most of your life. Go and do something. You will get activated to get out of depression, get out of anxiety, and create so much more in your life. Worry. It's one of those things that people say, well, and even in researching this, I pulled up some articles, and almost every one of the articles, almost every one of the people talking about worry out there in the world start off with the premise that, well, of course you worry. Well, of course we all worry. The human race worries. That's what we do. I reject that. I reject that concept. I reject it wholeheartedly because I believe that we can be different and that we cannot worry, that we can be a whole species of people that does not worry about a future, that actually acts upon it, that acts upon what they are meant to do, what they are meant to be on this earth for, and go ahead and do it without the worry, without that component in our makeup, if you will. I believe we can change. I believe you can change. The question is, do you want to? You worry you're going to have heart attack. You're going to have stroke. You're going to have challenges physically. You're also going to have challenges mentally. Every place that you turn, you're going to see things to complain about. You're going to see things to be pessimistic on. You're going to see things to worry about, and it will spiral you down to such a depth of despair that you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to get out. Or you can be joyous, happy, create abundance by focusing on what is great rather than what is worst. What will happen in a powerful way rather than what shoulda, coulda, woulda. Murphy's Law, if you will. What will go wrong? If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. You can decide to be different. You can decide to have a different life for yourself. Decide that you are a different person in how you have been showing up. It's up to you. What do you want? I chose to be that different person. I chose to do something different. I chose to create something new in my life, and you can too. Decide. For those of you that want to decide to do something different, understand that I am here and I am available for you. I'm also a coach and trainer, and so I work with people at a high level all around the country to create a magnitude of wealth for them, a magnitude of results, whatever they're looking for. And it starts with getting clear with what's here and what their worry story is, what their stress story is. Because that's the heart of what's holding them back and could be what's holding you back. It could be that you're being held back because of these challenges in your head. Maybe even the challenges of the people around you are holding you back. Worry. Powerful, powerful component that keeps people from creating, from building, from being all that they can be, from reaching their fullest potential, because it's not the safe place. It's not the place that we've all learned to go to and gravitate to, because that's what is going to build a great life. We've been taught to shun it, to step away, because it is unknown. And the unknown scares us. However, there is nothing unknown about predicting of your future. You've been doing it for decades. You're predicting the future every day. It's called worry. Let me ask something. If you could not worry just for 24 hours, would you love to make that happen? Not worry for 24 hours. Something comes up, you shift it instantly. Something comes up and you change course so that you could actually live your day not worrying. Just one day. That's all I ask. I challenge you. I challenge you to pick a day in the next week and say, that is a worry-free zone. That's a worry-free day. I challenge you to go ahead and have a worry-free day. And for those of you that do this fully, text me, email me, find me on social media. Absolutely let me know how your worry-free day worked out. What did you move closer to your dreams? Did you move further away? Were you more happy, joyous, or you felt no difference? What was the outcome for you in creating that worry-free zone for one full day, 24 hours? That's all I ask. Once you do that, you'll be hooked. This is Paul Finck on the Maverick Difference radio show. I am the Maverick Millionaire. I help train and coach people around the country and around the world on how to do it different and how to create abundance in their life. You want to participate? Come hang out with me at www.mavericksellingtoday.com and find out how to participate in a event coming to you real soon. 3-day boot camp, have them all over the country. So chances are you'll find it by your neck of the woods soon enough. Come find me. Also, go to Maverick Difference. And let me make sure that I am giving you the absolute correct. Yes. Go to the Maverick Difference, the Maverick Difference, www.themaverickdifference. And you are absolutely going to get some free information from me, some ability to download. You're also going to be able to get that at the Maverick Selling Today, mavericksellingtoday.com, mavericksellingtoday.com. For everyone here, thank you so much. This is Paul Finck in my worry-free zone, completely free of worry each and every day. You should be also. Pay attention. Let's see. Dare to do that for 24 hours. Dare to do that for 24 hours and text me and email me back. Let me know how it went. For everyone else, I will see you right here, 11 a.m., the Maverick Difference radio show. This is your host, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. Till next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference radio show. You can listen to Paul live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern and anytime 24/7 on RadiostarWorldwide.com.